Hi Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your deep love read for mid-June 2020. I hope you guys are doing fabulous. Let's get right into this. I'm going to be doing a couple of spreads. First, I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread for your partner or the energy that you're dealing with. Whether you guys are together right now or not, it doesn't matter as long as they're in your energy field. This is not a singles read, okay? Catch you guys for next time with that. And then I'm going to sweep that and then do a Celtic cross for you, where you're each at in the relationship, how you think about each other, where you're at, okay? So I'm going to start with some astro dice for advice and an astro card for advice, and then at the end we're going to pull some oracles. Remember, these are general messages. Please don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. If the message isn't yours, it's not wrong. It's just not yours right now. And check your rising sign, moon sign, or Venus. If you're here as a Sagittarius sun sign, remember that is only one room in your house of self. We're a lot more than just our sun sign. 11th house. Okay, so these are things that they need. Ooh, Pluto. Doing things different. They need to do things different. So we have Aquarius, we have 11th house, and we have Pluto. So when we talk about Pluto first. So Pluto is all about transformation, right? So your partner, we're just going to call him your partner, whether you guys are together right now in the moment or not, needs to be ready to deal with a treasure that is disguised as a loss here. So something is being stripped away, purged, wiped out from their life, so that they could focus on some sort of new growth, some sort of new approach. Definitely a new approach, because we have Aquarius there, about a new approach to something. But they have to really grieve what's leaving, and really sit with the sensation of it kind of like sloughing off, because they are going to be experiencing some sort of psychological death here, is what I'm getting. And that's absolutely never easy. So, I'm feeling like perhaps the relationship is in a weird space in that way. Let's talk about Aquarius next. So, when we roll Aquarius is about, anything out of the box, doing something different. It's a very radical energy, right? Because it's Uranus. Uranus is very radical. So for them, it's time to really power up, and from a radical 180 in their life, right? It's really time to be, what I always call their own systems analysts in their own life, and really conduct a solid and honest review of what is and isn't working in their life. And it's really time to think better, think future kind of thing. Okay. And then we have the 11th house. So the 11th house is, we typically associate the 11th house with friends, associate people we associate with ourselves by choice. So, but when we roll this here, your partner's being asked to cultivate some healthy emotional detachment right now about an area within this relationship that's been muddied with sentimentality, right? And they need to be mindful of not getting stuck in how something should have played out or needs to play out, and be really willing to try something new, right? Try something new. As this indicates an opportunity, again, this idea of this 180, right? In this part of their life that's felt very stagnant, right? They can't be afraid to do something different. There's a lot of change here. If they, they're being called to do some changing. They're being called to do some changing, absolutely. And they really need to be honest within themselves, within the connection, what is and isn't working. They need to really focus on that in an honest way. Aquarius here, Aquarius. Uranus, very radical. They need to do like some sort of radical shift. Let's pull a spread for them and see what we get. 4 of Cups energy. Okay. Just saying, Sag, you might be dealing with somebody who is not the most emotionally mature. Sorry, cross watchers, that's what the 4 of Cups means right now. So let's see, or they might be viewing you as that. Let's see how else what other cards come out. The Lovers. So I don't know if you guys are on some sort of cycle, right? Because the Lover's energy is making a decision. Coming into this, we get the Lover's energy, and it's making a decision to, making a decision in love. Okay. So coming in, we have Gemini energy, Lovers, making a decision in love, recognizing that it's not perfect, but there are fishes in the foundation, but there was this agreed willingness to work on it. Do what you need to do in order to make it work. situation right now. We have the Four of Cups, and then we have that crossed by the Two of Coins. So this is why I was saying a little bit of an immature energy, because the Four of Cups energy, you know, in a lot of the tarot decks, you see the Four of Cups as a young person, you know, somebody who looks like maybe like a 9 or 10-year-old young boy, you know, or a very young lady. Right? So it's, what is it? Okay, the Four of Cups, it's a minor arcana, but it's big energy. So it's really, you guys have been watching me know I call this my checklist card. It's identifying things in the relationship that they weren't happy about without realizing that the things that they're identifying, the reason things are bothering them within the connection is less about you and more about unhealed trauma and unhealed wounds within them from their past. So it could be from past relationships, or it could even be from a past life. I've seen it manifest like that, or even just never really experiencing really healthy connections from their first family. So, you know, nasty things that they picked up from their parents' relationship or close family and friends when they were younger. So it can be that, right? Where there are these unhealed wounds that puts them in the space, though, of not being in touch with that, right? And just recognizing that they're not happy, they're feeling restless, they might even be feeling bored, and they're projecting this onto you, onto the relationship, instead of looking inside of themselves, where they're left with this mentality of, will I ever meet anybody where I feel really completely happy, right? It's this idea, this restlessness, which typically can show up in this energy. And the thing is, they might not be fully ready for the level of love that they think they are. And it's not because they're a bad person, it's just like they're not in touch with it. And it doesn't have to do with you at all, right? It really doesn't have to. It can, but it doesn't have to. This energy does indicate that kind of thing. So it can resonate like that. Another way this can resonate for those of you in a very long relationship, this can indicate boredom. And I know that sounds very harsh, but that is what it means. So, you know, staying in the relationship to just stay in the relationship kind of thing, where some new romance really needs to be infused into the relationship, so that, I mean, it's an easy fix. It's a minor arcana, but that could be going on here as well. Now we have the Two of Coins energy. So relationship read, coins do not have to mean money. It doesn't, right? It means mental, physical, emotional connection as well. Okay, so we have Two of Pentacles energy. This is a decision needing to be made between two connections. Now, this is Jupiter and Capricorn energy. Remember, Jupiter is all about luck and expansion, and rules Sagittarius is about moving forward with integrity. Capricorn is all about, what am I willing to put my work into? Capricorn is all about work. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Remember, whenever Jupiter is around, Jupiter is about expansion, so it's about expanding that Saturnian energy. So there's some karma here that needs to be worked through as well. So it's like, look at her. You see, she's looking out the door. She's got the two connections here, looking out into the emotions and trying to figure out, you know, what should I do? Which path should I take here? Feeling very restless in the connection. So, and I'm saying she, but you know, there's no gender here. So we're going from the recent past of you guys deciding to work things out, but then all of a sudden there's this restlessness, this disillusionment, this sense of lack within the relationship, feeling like, I don't know if this is the right path for me. I'm feeling like they want to go on a whole new path, the Fool energy. Now, the Fool is Uranus. Uranus rules Aquarius, So I do feel, Sag, I have to tell you what I'm getting here, that there is this new path that your person is going on. Because the Fool is an uncharted territory, typically going well, but being willing to try something brand new. Now the foundation here, though, is the Seven of Swords energy. This could be the card. This is the card of thievery, first of all. Seven of Swords. But let's talk about this for a minute. First of all, it's a Moon in Aquarius energy. So Moon, as I feel, Aquarius is different than what I'm showing you. So it's often indicative of somebody who's wearing some sort of self-mask. Now, this could also show up as them acting as if, playing somebody what they feel, playing you at what they feel to be your own game. So, this is an interesting energy here, because I feel like there's another energy involved here. I feel like there's another energy involved. I do. But Seven of Swords, I feel like they're not being their true authentic self. They're wearing a mask. They're wearing a mask, and it's like you guys made the decision to work things out in the past, but then it's like they're feeling these things, and their consciousness is really focused on this new path, but they're not saying anything to you. Who are they right now? The Three of Coins. The Three of Coins is a Mars and Capricorn energy. So this is the Architect card, right? They're in the space of really trying to build here. And then the way they view you is the Knight of Wands. So they view you as somebody that, first of all, they're very attracted to you. They're very attracted to you. Interesting. This is Taurus and Gemini energy. So Wands are motivation, wanting to move forward. Scorpio. Scorpio rules sex. Scorpio also rules transformation. So when they think of you, I mean, there is this deep attraction for sure. There's no question. But what is their fear in this relationship? Do they have a fear of intimacy? Because we have the Six of Wands in their fear position. So basically, very directly, this is a fear of success. Six of Wands is about respect. It's about success. It's about arriving. It's the soldier that came back from the war and performed gallantly, and everybody's like, yeah, go you know, and it's the success, and so it's like that. But then we have the outcome is the Six of Cups energy, which is a reconciliation card. So there's definitely this new beginning for your partner. Is it with you? I'm not sure. We have to see, because there's no question. So I mean, we have. All right, this is the final outcome card. Six of Cups is a card of reconciliation. It's a Sun and Scorpio card, and it is, again, Scorpio. It's like the sun. It's like energetically bringing back to that almost visceral, primal vibe that makes them feel really at home with themselves, right? It's like that childlike innocence. It's that energy that they really resonated with at one time or another, and it is the biggest card of reconciliation in the deck. And then we have the Two of Wands in the near future, which is all about being beckoned onto a new path. This is Mars and Aries. Aries is, ruled by Mars. It's like, come on, let's go this way. This path is calling, right? This path is calling. So a fresh perspective. So I'm getting two stories here, and however it resonates with you, if it doesn't resonate with you either of these ways, guys, I'm sorry, this is not your reading. But for some of you, I'm getting that you were in the space in the past where you guys made the decision, okay, we're going to sit down, we're going to do what we have to do, we're going to work it out. You guys get into that space of working it out, but then they feel disillusioned, they feel bored, and they're thinking about somebody from their past, and they're feeling very confused. So in their mind, they're sort of entertaining this new path, but not to you, right? To you, they're sort of wearing this false mask. But they're really, Mars and Capricorn is really about figuring out, how am I going to move my life forward here? Mars is the ruler of Aries. Aries is this fresh path, this new perspective. What am I going to put my work into? But they're very attracted to you. But at the same time, it's like they have this fear of success, this fear of, that's why I'm reading it as like a fear of intimacy, almost like they're sabotaging it so that they can reconnect with somebody from their past and have a new path with somebody else doing something differently. So that is what I'm getting in a nutshell for one reading here. Another one is that you guys put in the work, they're feeling very disillusioned, and they're really trying to decide whether they should stay or go, but they're really trying to focus on how they can create this new path, how then they can create a new opportunities within the relationship for you guys to move forward more successfully. How can this transformation occur? And they may be viewing you as not being your true authentic self. But I'm really feeling very strongly that it's them wearing the mask. But in trying to figure out the future for you guys, they're really trying to figure out this Three of Coins energy. Like, what do we have to do to build? What do we have to do to build? And again, they still are very attracted to you, but they are afraid of, is this going to be successful? Is it not going to be successful? There is a sense of insecurity here. And I am getting, though, that this has to be this situation, though, where you guys broke up. There's got to be the situation here where you guys broke up. There's no other one. There's no other. And if it does not resonate with you at all, guys, this is not your reading. But you guys had to have broken up because of the disillusionment, because of that checklist card, because of their confusion, because of their desire to go on a new path, because of that. There had to be a breaking up and them focusing on themselves, them still being very attracted to you, but yet scared of the relationship. But then there being a reconciliation and you guys going on a new path. So it's one of those two. But I could tell you this, whoever you're dealing with, there is this energy of reconciliation, them licking their wounds, doing what they have to do, and figuring things out for the future. Very forward-thinking energy. I feel like the nostalgia stops at the Six of Cups energy, where it's positive nostalgia, but in a way that ends up bringing them into a reconnection with either with you or with another energy. And I hope it's with you if you want it to be with you. But let's see what happens with you, and we'll be able to get a clearer idea of what the dealio is, right? Okay. And the advice. Because their advice was focus on the future. Focus on the future. Right? Uranus is a very rebellious energy. It really, really is. Feeling this one. Feeling that one. Feeling Venus for Sag. Venus. Okay. So, you know, the Venus energy here is a big energy. Venus is kind of all-encompassing, right? If you think about it. It has to do with love and relationship, things we value, including our self-esteem. It's also a money planet. So it's, you know, really addressing these things within that connection. Scorpio, Jupiter, 11th house. All right, so let's talk about the 11th house first, right? This is exactly what they got, is it not? They got the 11th house? I don't even remember. Like, the messages run out. But really trying to focus on, you know, if something's not being kind of like, I always say, like, muddied with sentimentality, right? Having to do with this relationship. Kind of being stuck in how something should have been. And that happens a lot too, right? Because we have Scorpio here, and wherever Scorpio is, there's obsession. So you may be feeling some sort of obsession. I know it sounds very dramatic, but it is the truth, right? Scorpio is the most obsessive sign. So we have to understand where Scorpio shows up in our own personal charts, and understand that those areas are going to be points of obsession in our own lives. So that's what I have, though. I mean, I'm getting that you're really very fixated on the way something should have gone, or the way something did. But then we have Scorpio here, and this indicates that a crack has or is about to appear in your foundation of self, and that you're being pulled to uncover and learn something new about yourself. And you're being asked to remember all the people you've been, and pay homage to the ever-evolving iterations of you. And it's time to radically kind of like trust fall into your evolution right now, Sag. Really is. You guys are going through a lot of changes, right? And then we have Jupiter. You know, Jupiter is all about luck and expansion. What is there to not like, right? It's time to expand your mind, and what's begging you to take a chance here, and what's making you feel stuck, because this is time for you to trust and really go for it. Really go for it, and feel good about what you're doing. Feel good about you, regardless of how this ends up here, right? Because that's what Venus wants. Venus wants us to soften up on ourselves. Give ourselves a break. Appreciate who we are. Appreciate what we value. Tapping into the best version of ourselves. Justice. 9 of Swords. 9 of Wands. The World. 7 of Wands. 7 of Cups. Isn't that interesting? Your fear is the 6 of Cups. Huh. So, Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is, you know, Mars and Leo. It's drawing a line in the sand. It's establishing what you want, need, and desire in this connection. I get that you're coming into this energy, into this time within this relationship having to do with it. You really establishing what you need in this relationship unapologetically. And it sounds dramatic, but it's like, you know, being the ruler of you in the land of Sagittarius. Just taking control over what it is that you want. You really not wanting to defend yourself anymore. You wanting to just really, again, drawing the line in the sand. Current situation here is we have the Justice energy that's crossed by the Nine of Swords. So Justice is a Libra energy. That's at 7th house of relationships. It's the glyph is scales. It's about fairness. It's ruled by Venus, right? So that is right now the situation is what's fair, what's not. Justice also has a lot to do with karma. And it has a lot to do with you know, how we show up in relationships, and are we being treated fairly, and, you know, are we treating others fairly? So this is very much like the situation right now for you that's being crossed by this Nine of Swords energy. And the Nine of Swords is a Mars and Gemini energy, trying to figure out, you know, going over arguments in your mind, right? I mean, the Nine of Swords, it's swords of thoughts, okay? So swords of thoughts, and it's this sort of very like self-imprisonment kind of like, you know, cyclical kind of thoughts that are intrusive. It can create anxiety. Some of you might even be experiencing some depression where this interrupts your sleep. It can interrupt your day, but it's very focused, right? It's a Mars in Gemini. Gemini is the swords, but Mars is a warrior planet. So it has to do with ruminating about discord, ruminating about the areas in the relationship where you guys were not seeing eye to eye, but at the same time, because Mars rules Aries, and Aries is all about a new cycle, a fresh perspective, a fresh initiative, something new, moving forward. It's about, let's go, let's just do this different. You're trying to figure this out. It's like on the one hand, you're ruminating about what happened, but then you're also trying to figure out the future at the same time. And that can get very trippy, right? That could get very trippy, and that's very anxiety provoking. Absolutely. But I get that, you know, in your quest for fairness in this relationship, this is where you're at right now. The crowning energy is the Nine of Wands. We get these 9 energies here. So this is Moon in Sagittarius. So this tells me that you're in a space, with no question, you realize you've been through a lot in this connection. You've been through a lot, but you still have fire in your belly left to actually push forward. You do. There's something in you that, you know, it's Moon in Sagittarius, right? So Moon is a feel. Sagittarius has to do with your belief system, but it also has to do with moving forward with integrity. So you're very much, first of all, tapping into your belief system. How has this violated your belief system? What elements of this relationship has violated your belief system? What elements of this relationship has supported your belief system? And you're really trying to sieve through all of that. Really not wanting to defend yourself anymore. We have a lot of energy here that's just like, done defending myself. Done defending. Honestly. We have the Seven of Wands, we have the Nine of Wands. These are two like, done defending myself. I don't want you to defend yourself, and I'm not defending myself. Enough of that. And then we have the World. The foundation is the World energy. So the World is a Saturn energy. So this is like, okay, it's the World and the Sun are the most positive cards in the deck. There's no question. But this isn't an easy energy to get to. But what I'm feeling is in your belly regarding this relationship, you really want it to work. You're willing to put that work in. You're willing to do the Saturnian thing, which is, you know, Saturn rules Capricorn. It's like that slow energy. It's karma. It's restriction. It's structure. It's needing to do things a certain way. Things having to be a certain way in order for them to work. But the benefit of doing that is so benefic on the other side and long-lasting that I do sense that there is a willingness in you, but at the same time, you don't want to have to defend yourself. So you in this connection, you're the Nine of Pentacles. So I like this. You know what? Nine of Pentacles in the upright. I'm liking this for you because this is about you being in a space of being able to, how do I explain this? You're feeling good about yourself. Even though there's definitely some wonky energy going on here in this relationship, you're feeling good about being you. This is Venus and Virgo. So, you know, and we have Venus here. So Venus, isn't you feeling good, right? Because I said it has to do with like a sense of self-worth. Now, the very direct interpretation of this is you feeling like less stress about money, less stress right now about any other area of imbalance in your life. You feeling good, like you're having a little extra money in your pocket to do a little something that you haven't maybe been able to do. You're feeling like a lot more confident in that area. So that's, if it resonates with you, having to do with Pentacles. If this has to do with just mental, physical, or emotional connection within this relationship, it's you starting to feel more comfortable about being in the connection because you see a partner as the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is coming in and saying, da-da-da, let's do something different, right? Because this is Libra and Scorpio. Libra is about relationship. Scorpio, being ruled by Pluto, is about transformation. So this is how you see a partner anyway. You see a partner as the King of Cups. Very attracted, by the way, because Scorpio also does rule sex. So there is this connection that you guys have there. So I feel like you being more comfortable in one way, you know, within this connection, even though kind of this is like the everything that I'm talking about up to this point. Your fear position, though, is the Six of Cups energy. Sag, I feel like there's two sides of this relationship going on. I feel like there's the side of the relationship that's happening externally, like to each other, and then the side that's happening inside of each of you. Because I feel like your partner's feeling things inside of them, and you're feeling, I mean, obviously we all do, but notably, your fear is the Six of Cups, and this came out as the outcome for them. So either you're afraid of getting back with them, or you're afraid that they're going to get back with another energy, or you're afraid to get back with somebody else. But there is this fear of a reconnection here. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is feeling like it's Saturn and Taurus, feeling very restricted in this connection, feeling very restricted within this connection. It's like not having it yet. Seven of Pentacles, it's like the beginning of something, but feeling very restricted, feeling very held back. It's a new cycle. Seven indicates a new cycle. You guys could be together 30 years. You can have a Seven of Pentacle energy where it indicates a new cycle in your relationship, right? I mean, we all understand that. Even when we're in relationships for a long time, there's an ebb and flow and a cyclical nature, right, throughout time. So I am getting that. There's a sense of frustration, but at the same time, there's this feeling of, okay, if I put in the work, I do feel like I am going to get the benefit on the other side. So I do have to say, we have the Seven of Cups energy here. Sagittarius, just be very careful with this person. That's all I'm saying. Please, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not looking to be ominous. I'm not looking to, you know, I'm just looking to give it to you straight from the cards. You got Venus and Scorpio here, Seven of Cups. You know what's in Five of the Cups. You don't know what's in Two. The caveat with this and the challenge here is that what you think you see as in a clear light may not be exactly what it is in reality. So there is a danger here of slapping on those rose-colored glasses. Actually, just life putting rose-colored glasses on you. You're not even doing it on purpose. You're not seeing the red flags that are very obvious, maybe to even other people, but not to you. And the thing is, I'm thinking back to their reading about what came out for them. I feel like you're in this very hopeful space with them right now. Hopeful, knowing that you guys need to get into this new cycle, kind of work things out. But at the same time, I don't feel like you're really playing many games with yourself internally. Internally, it's like you know what's up. You've been through a lot with this person, but they are your world. So you're willing to put in the work and give it a go. But you just have to be careful that what you're looking at is real. You have to be careful. The King of Cups energy, Libra and Scorpio, it's a beautiful energy, but you want to always make sure that this person is walking their talk. Person is walking their talk. So I see you trying to work something out with them. You want to be careful that they are being honest with you. That's all. I don't know. I'm getting a weird vibe from that. Okay, let's pull some oracles. Let's see what they say. Remember, if it doesn't fit, it's not your message. Doesn't mean the cards are wrong. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. It means it's not your message. Get you next time. It's your rising sun, moon, sign of Venus, okay? Can capture everybody's energy. It's illogical to think every Sagittarius is going through the same exact thing in their relationship, right? We try to tap into the general vibe. Remember, the energies could always be vice versa too. So what I pulled for you could be for your partner, the other way around, but you really want to tap into the energy that we're dealing with here. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. Okay. All right. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Yeah, I mean, I'm sensing you like totally on board with this relationship. Which is nice. Sure. Especially if in your partner's reading that Six of Cups was reuniting with you. Absolutely. New love. Stay optimistic. Passion. Yeah. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Now, the new love could be the return of somebody, just saying. Meaning new in this energy right now. And I'm definitely being called to say that because we got the Six of Cups and both of you are in the 2. Both spreads, so. Separation, keys on a ring, addiction. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. Keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, stringing along, one night stand. You know, not all of these qualifiers, by the way, are going to go. I mean, you could just be separated and sad or missing them, right? You might be totally sure of the future, you know, or whatever, you know, but keys on a ring, many options, decisions, yeah. And then addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. The Fool, so your partner got. Page, Star. So the Star is an Aquarius energy. I mean, this is about, you know, it's insight plus emotion. Moving forward, doing something different. What's being done now, doing something different. And we have the Fool going on uncharted path, uncharted territory, right? We already discussed how that can play out before. We have the Page of Wands. I do have to say the Page is an immature energy. It is. It's somebody coming in with, you know, who's very passionate. You know, the wand is an obvious phallic symbol, so it can indicate, though, some sort of seductive type of energy that's going on here. So I do feel, and I've been feeling throughout this whole reading, that there is a third energy that's swimming around in this. Dare I say there could even be a fourth energy. I just feel, because you both got the Six of Cups. I mean, it's just either, if the connection is not with you, I just feel like there's this this idea where you guys are really trying to act like you're trying to fix the relationship, but there's this lack of follow-through or a deep enough commitment or something, and it's based on fears. That's what I'm getting. This was a very interesting reading for me. It really was. It was a bit of a confusing read. And this is, you know, every now and then I get readings that I honestly feel like I could do like an hour-and-a-half long reading. Because I feel like there's so much more going on here. But I don't want to keep you guys here all day. We're into 35 minutes already. All right, thanks, guys. I will see you next time. I'm going to be doing another reading in a few days for the end of the month. So let's see what shows up in that love section, you know, reflective of this. All right, thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.